This is the second of a two-part tutorial looking at drawing isometric cylinders. So because I don't have to draw new lines now, I'm going to get my compass, place it on the bottom corner of this box here, and take it out to that side, and matches the top there nicely. And to the top edge of that box. So you can see that my inside circle is starting to take form. Now this is where I do have to start to draw lines again. To find my centre point for the smaller of those arcs, remember we draw a line from the top of the box to the bottom corner. And from the bottom of the box to the top corner. And where those lines cross our longest diagonal line, that's where our centre points are going to be. So there and there. Once again, adjusting my compass and checking that it hits both those edge points, which it does. I can scribe in the smaller of the arcs. And the same for this corner as well. Checking. If it doesn't quite match up, move your point around slightly. There you go. So now we have a circle inside a circle. So that's going to be one of the front faces of our cylinder. And the rest of our cylinder is going to come back this way. So I mentioned crates before. A crate is essentially a box that fits exactly around the shape that you're going to be drawing. And crates are useful for helping us to figure out whereabouts things go on the page. And so our cylinder is going to fit exactly into a crate that's made of the larger of these two squares, these isometric squares that I've drawn here, and extended back as far as that cylinder is going to go. So I'm going to make this cylinder 120 millimeters long. So what I first need to do is draw some lines at 30 degrees back from each of the corners of this square. And I'm going to measure 120 for each one and make a small mark. And if you've done this accurately, those two marks should be exactly vertical, and those two marks should be at 30 degrees from each other. So let's see how well I've done. Looks pretty good to me. So this crate that I've drawn now, this shape here, this kind of box, that's the box that the cylinder is going to fit inside. So obviously I need to draw a circle for the back edge of the cylinder. And the way that I do that is by turning this back edge into an isometric square. So I can do that just using my 30-60 set square. Draw a line at 30 degrees that way. And draw a vertical line. And the square that I just created here is going to be the square that the circle sits inside. So I'll go through exactly the same process as I did for the front circles to find my points for my arcs. Right, now, because this is going to be a solid shape, it's going to be a solid cylinder, there are going to be some lines on here that we're not going to see. We're not going to see the underside of the curve because it'll be hidden by the rest of the object. So we don't actually really need to worry about drawing that on. So I can draw this top side of the curve here, but needn't worry about the underside. So I'm just going to draw the top side on with my compass. And then I'm going to find the center points for my smaller of the arcs. And I can draw the smaller of the arcs in with my compass. Remember, I don't need to go all the way around because some of these lines are going to be hidden. So there's the back curve for my cylinder. Now all I need to do now is join the back piece up to the front piece. That's probably the most simple part of the whole process. All we need to do is draw a line from at 30 degrees from the top of this cylinder here, top of this circle. And when I say top, I mean the point that's furthest along this line here, and the point that's furthest along this line in that direction. And there you have it, an isometric cylinder.